She let me onto the runner she lives in, and we went to their base. Brigida stayed silent for the whole trip. We arrived at a small settlement located close to Grand Trad. Oh, they're all you geek. Is this the place?
You there.
I am Brigida. I'm the scoundrel selling magic igniters all across the land. Oh, the igniter merchants again. Our village really doesn't have the money to buy any. I'm sorry to keep turning you away, but...
Wait.
What are you talking about? Oh, aren't you one of the church's dealers? They keep trying to sell us igniters, but I keep refusing them. The church has been here several times. They've never reported that to me.
Out with it.
So if I said that merchants of igniters should face the wrath of God, you wouldn't agree?
It can't be.
No. We don't have anything to do with igniters at all. It's not something that ever really comes up here.
Really?
Hey, miss, you sell magic igniters?
How nice.
Wow, brilliant. Papa, I want an igniter.
Enough.
I see. Say no more. This is no hideout. They know nothing. It's not something you can hide in a village such as this. I've been getting detailed reports on the anti-igniter group's movements from the church, but now I'm not certain such a force even exists.
If
it was all a lie, then what does the church get out of this? To spread magic igniters? Maybe it's about selling more igniters?
in any case.
Anyways, I take it back. There will be no killing today. If you hadn't stopped me, I'd probably have ordered my private army to burn this place to the ground. I'm glad you were here with me. But what about the dog? I can sense her gratitude. But what about the dog?
I'm glad to have you at my side.
Receive a discount at weapon, armor, and igniter shops. That's so nice. But my dog was taken from me, and I'll chase the scum to the ends of the earth. I will bet you cash money that it was the church that took your dog.
Nonetheless.
Because Forden is a piece of trash. And so are all the people who work for him. Except for maybe that Ishkia girl. This is my job, not yours, so our business together is concluded. Do we need the excuse? Why wouldn't we? You really are a strange one.
Speaking of...
You mentioned earlier of your true aims for the throne. Thought it a clumsy lie, but it does bring to mind a certain someone for me. After a king is crowned, it would be nigh impossible to put another on the throne. However, if my suspicions are correct, none could deny the claim.
That's why...
If you are willing to throw yourself into battle for that cause, then I shall support you all the same.
Yes.
If you'd like to come, then come. When I'm around you, much to my surprise, I find that even I still have a beating heart. So come if you wish. I still want to kill the people who hurt the dog, though. I'm still down for that. I just really think it was the church. I returned to Grand Trad and Brigida's gauntlet runner and headed back to the inn.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
I think we have time to play through one more day.
Well then.
Okay. Stroll and Maria are ready to rank up. Let's hang out with Stroll. We've been putting this off. Maybe I should ask him. We're going to your hometown, right? That's what we're doing? Okay.
Oh, it's you.
What are you up to? Ironic how fidgety one gets when told to wait, isn't it? Say, have you got some time right now? As about what we discussed last time, I know I must head to my village to seek clues about my inheritance, but I freeze before I can take the first step. Let's go.
Oh, right.
Well, if you're sure, then I suppose now's as good a time as any. My home, the village of Halia, is on the outskirts of Grand Trad. As we'll need the runner, please extend my apologies to the rest. With the runner, we could make it there and back before dusk, though I can't help but feel guilt to request it for such a personal matter. Whatever. Who cares? Your town looks like it stepped out of Horizon Zero Dawn. With Stroll leading the way, we arrived at last to his childhood home, the village of Halia. It doesn't look like anyone has lived here for a very long time. It's a chilling sight. Traveling here by Gauntlet Runner, you'd think we were practically next door to the capital. Yet as I fled for my life, the nearest settlement felt leagues away. I recall wanting to lie down and give up on several occasions. Weren't you like a kid back then? Probably hard to tell now, but this was once the village's main road, full of people crossing every which way.
Truth is,
You used to be able to see the mountains cresting the horizon above the rooftops. It was beautiful. I wish you could have seen it. I see it in my mind. No, I'll see it someday.
no.
Only 1 point, Rip. It's been 7 years since that day. Feels like forever ago, and yet only the blink of an eye at the same time. Afterward, I was shuffled between various relatives, nothing more than another mouth to feed, fitting, I suppose, of the burden I'd become. I went to the site of our manor, but all I found was rubble. A few walls were sort of standing, but it was a sorry sight compared to how I see it in my mind. Except I've discovered a letter.
Take this.
There was a corner of my father's study that seemed to have been designed to withstand a fire. I found a box there with a letter inside, and I recognized the writing as my father's.
Hey,
I'm afraid I must ask a favor of you. I've no doubt this is his will, and I know I must read it, but I'm gonna go over there and do just that, alone. But would you mind waiting nearby? It's okay to be nervous. I'm here if you need me.
thanks.
Thank you. It's reassuring to have you by my side. Who says don't be a baby? That is so rude. I waited nearby while Stroll read the will. Well, it's a good thing we found this. Seems I do indeed have an inheritance. The will said the family's treasure was dispatched to the royal capital. The royal capital?
What?
It made its way all the way there?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't give a specific location. The letter's unfinished. I mean, how could it be? No one expected a murderous, rampaging human. Try to calm down. Sorry, whenever I think back to that day. My father names me the sole heir of his estate. He even addressed the letter to my beloved son, Leon. Sometimes I forget that the names we call our characters aren't their, like, given names. It's their family names. His name is Leon. His last name is Stroll. Hulkenberg, I don't remember what her given name is, but her family name is Hulkenberg. I feel only shame at such endearments. But as it stands now, the inheritance has but one purpose: to repay the debts owed to my parents and my people. So if they would see our house rebuilt,
Definitely.
I'll be whatever they want me to be, a noble of prominence or otherwise. If I can make the people speak the name of House Haliades, Sure, with reverence, and once it lives on the tip of everyone's tongue, maybe then I'll be able to embrace the words of my beloved son. I never imagined the day would come that I'd come to terms with these feelings. I owe you so much more. So much and more. I sense Stroll's deepened trust and his determination to confront his destiny. Yay! Rank 5.
I must use my nobility for good.
Warrior's Veneration significantly reduces the mag cost of studying the warrior, while in Reserve, the amount of experience Stroll gains increases. I only have the 4 of us. There is no Reserve. First things first. I'm sure he entrusted the inheritance to someone in the capital, but I have no clue who that might be. No leads?
Hold on.
Yeah.
None whatsoever. All I remember is that whenever he'd come home from the capital, I could smell the fish he'd brought back. Grand Trad was able to source fresh fish from Brylehaven, but in Halia, they were a rare feast.
Aha!
Maybe I'm onto something. He spoke highly of the fish market, so he must have gone to the same one every time. Perhaps they'd remember him. That may be our best lead. And I'm afraid I shall once more take advantage of your generosity. When we return to Grand Trad, will you help me walk in my father's footsteps? It could still turn out fruitless, so I'll need all the help I can get.
This one's important.
Oh, this is a quest? Increases my tolerance. Stroll asked me to help track down his inheritance. He recalled his father frequented the fishmonger near the Grand Cathedral in Grand Trad. I should start there. All right.
All right.
But first, I have one more thing I'd like to look into. I think we're at a good stopping point for today besides.
Let's
Okay.
head back.
Thank you, Frey. Let's head back to the Gauntlet Runner. Back to the Brylehaven Tavern. I hear a voice. Alonzo. I hope we meet again soon. Why did it look like he was crying? Okay, well, I need him to be rank 3 so I can get the next level of Faker. I think. How many nights do I have? I have 12 more days. We'll get to Highsway eventually.
Greetings.
Ah, well met. What are you up to?
And then
So, about checking on my home village, I was wondering if now was a good time for you to join me. Sure. Why not?
thank goodness.
You will, thank you. In full disclosure, I've also invited my collaborator. You met him before. Having grown up in the same village, we're as inseparable as brothers. I'd like to firm up our next steps and then head over. The Parapus?
Ridiculous.
This should do. The owner was kind enough to give us some space. My collaborator, that is my good friend from back home, should arrive any minute now. He's late. And you've come all this way, too. Come to think of it, I haven't really told you about where I grew up. It was a beautiful village, full of flowers. Not wealthy, but not destitute. There was a cheerful tranquility to it.
I
Apparently, I'd been abandoned on the nearby road as a baby. The woman who took me in is my mother in all but blood. She's Parapus, I'm Nydia. We couldn't look more different, but she raised me like I was her own. She never stopped smiling at me, and she was always so proud to call me her son. She sounds kind.
yes.
Oh, she is. So kind. It's astounding. Mother's a good person. She trusts far too readily, though she has this uncanny ability to know when I'm the one lying. Anyway, she was an easy mark for fraudsters. I can't tell you how many times an expertly told sob story was all it took to rob her of everything she had. In fact, my only memories of her without a smile are the times she would apologize to me for having nothing to eat again, tears welling in her eyes. That's why I started conning, you know? I decided I'd give any miscreant scum who take advantage of such kindness a taste of their own heck. Each and every one of them. You go do that, Alonso. You're doing a beautiful, beautiful job. More power to you. My latest mark is the worst villain of all, the landowner of my hometown. He changed my idyllic village into what it is today.
Sorry.
Sorry, that was more than I meant to say. We will save your village.
It'll be fine.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Where is your brother, though? I've been blessed with a silver tongue since I was born. I can fool anybody, except my mother. You know, you're a bit like her, too, strangely enough. I've forgotten what a nice feeling this is, being able to have a genuine conversation with someone. So thank you for listening. I'm worried your brother is dead, though.
I find myself wanting to believe you.
Increases inherit. Oh. Not the next level of Faker? More skills can now be inherited by the Faker's lineage in Academia due to the effects of Scion's skill.
Hear me!
Is Cuculus here?
Well, well, well.
Why, welcome, good sir. Have you come to check on the clients? You can drop the act, Cuculus. Or, beg your pardon, should I say Alonso?
Good grief.
You're from that village of paupers, aren't you? Did you fancy yourself some sort of hero with your little tricks? A cheat is still a cheat. We're the same, you and I. Except you're more the fool, if you think you'll ever get justice. You have money that belongs to the village, and I would see it all returned to its rightful place. Is that not justice? Perhaps you'll change your tune after seeing the sorry state your village is in now. Uh-oh. Your associate, the one you meant to meet here, took some doing, but we managed to squeeze a few details out of him about your family.
Do what?
What have you done to my mother? Well, simply killing her wouldn't teach you any lessons, nor would it be any fun.
What did you do?
You can't change things. You can't save anyone. This one's on the houseboy. Frey, listen, I may or may not be in the business of assassination, dear Alonso. I've got this. Tag me in. The distraught Alonso and I rushed by carriage to his hometown. We arrived at a village near Brylehaven. It's on fire. It's been set ablaze.
Mother!
A man, he asked if Alonso's mother was here. Don't speak, mother. I'll save you.
I'm sorry.
I told him, that's me. You're my one and only son, and I love. Mother, I'm sorry. This is my fault.
Alonso,
You always were so sensitive.
live on.
Mother.
Can you hear me? Please say something. I thought he said he wasn't gonna kill her.
Hey!
The landowner's servant told us it was you, that you were chumming up to the landowner to suck this village dry. And now you've put us to the torch. What the heck did we ever do to you? It's my fault. I can pay for the reconstruction. I have the money, so I'll give.
How dreadful.
You traded your mother's life for that money. I didn't.
This damned!
Keep your bloody money, you filthy murderer. Wait, please, take the money. Use it for the village and bury her.
You devil!
The only one who belongs in a grave is you. No, no, no. It's the landowner who set this place on fire. Yeah, you should have died instead.
Yeah.
Burn, you darn parasites. Villain always strikes where it hurts most. At the family and home, I should have known. I said the words myself. People are never more vulnerable to tricks than when they think they're playing one themselves. I should have known. Was I blinded by revenge? No. I was simply unequivocally a fool. She told you to live. You have to be strong for her.
Why?
Don't wish that upon me. I've been feeding on my mother's life this whole time. Just like the parasite I am.
I'm sorry.
I never had the power to change a single thing. Alonso refused to move or even to stand. After ensuring his safety, I had no choice but to leave his side. That's how they're
Time
ending that.
marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
That's so bad. No. I need to know what happens next.
Well then.
Horrible. Okay, what? Okay, so today is either going to be Barden or Maria. Probably Barden. What the? Okay, I should use the D-pad rather to scroll, is what I'm trying to say. Not the left stick. Okay, that is unfortunately, though, going to be it for the
What now?
day. We're leaving off at a terrible spot in Alonso's story, so next time let's hope we get to see more of that. Hope it's not gated behind a higher wisdom level or some other social stat I don't have. Yeah, that's it for the day.